Bill O'Reilly says it is evil and proof that evil is on the rise. Geraldo Rivera knew Charlie Kirk and obviously has been watching what we are becoming or unbecoming for a long time. Geraldo, what was your reaction today to seeing this kid get killed?
It was a damn shame. It was a horrifying event. I just want to say I was just momentarily distracted because, Chris, I want you to stay safe. Don't be, so self-assured that you take unnecessary risks. I think O'Reilly's exactly right about the global situation. I think we are on the edge of the abyss. The death of this young man, it was very painful in this regard. I would see him in the green room at the Hannity show, and I kind of watched him grow up. He was very young when he started, and then I watched him and this Turning Point organization grow exponentially every year, bigger, bigger, bigger. Then when Fox and I parted ways, he took off, and I think that he was the single most important person in the re-election of President Trump 47. He played an enormous role in motivating the young people of this country, stripping them away from their traditional Democratic roots, bringing them squarely in Trump's orbit. And he was amazingly effective and very, very important in that regard. This is, therefore, not just a political assassination. This is a major, horrible political event. The Trump camp and the Republican Party writ large has now been stripped of one of their most effective warriors, the person who changed the demographic in their election campaigns. And I think that this is, and the fact that the shooter is still at large, how can any Republican or Trump-supporting politician feel safe as long as that shooter is at large? This is very, very big, important. Historians will write of this. This is a very big deal, and I hope to God that they apprehend the real shooter of Charlie Kirk, who did not deserve this. A wonderful kid, married man, nice family, beautiful children, affable, wonderful, tragic, Chris.
So what do we do with it? What do we do about it? Bill, you're making the case that it's an illustration of evil. Of course, we don't know who did it, why they did it. Whatever the rationale is, it's just going to be weaponized by one side over the other. I certainly don't believe either flank of our poison politics has any kind of stranglehold on virtue. So how do we get to a better politics, or is this it? Is this the new reality and it only gets more of this?
No, you can roll the age of evil back, but it's going to take courage. It doesn't matter why the guy did it, and I'm assuming it's a man. It doesn't matter. Okay? He murdered a fellow human being, all right? He took that person away from his two young children. There's no excuse for it. It doesn't matter if he's mentally ill. It didn't matter if the guy on the bus in Charlotte was mentally ill. Guy got on the bus, put a knife in his pocket, did what he did. He's got to vanish. He's got to disappear, never to be seen again. I don't believe in a death penalty, but that man can't ever, ever be out on the street again. And the woman judge who allowed him to be on the street has got to be fired immediately, taken off the bench. And that is the key. Look, if you want to defeat something as insidious as evil, you've got to do it through strength. You can't look away. You can't run away. That's the game Putin's playing. Push it, push it, push it. Because they're going to run away. They're going to run away. They're not going to confront me. They're afraid of me. Okay? That's what he's doing. And the evil in the United States, you can see it. We now accept people selling heroin to children in places like New York City and Chicago. You won't even be bailed if the cops catch you selling heroin to children. You'll be out in 2 hours. so you can continue selling your heroin. That's not evil. I made a very controversial statement that I got, pushed back big time on this week, that I said, if you vote for Mandani, you may not be an evil person, but that vote is evil. Because Mandani in New York, the mayoral candidate, has said to you, I'm going to let as many criminals out on the street as I can. He said it to you. You're voting for that? You're voting for more dead bodies, more rapes, more assaults? That's on you, the voter. And Americans have got to wise up in your neighborhood, in your family. If you see evil, confront it. Don't put yourself in danger. We're not suggesting that. But there are one of the ways is people out who allow thousands of poor blacks in the south side of Chicago to be slaughtered by drug gangs. That has been allowed for 20 years. Vote them out. And this is what makes me, I am angry about this. I feel terrible for Charlie Kirk's family, all right? But I'm angry, and that's why I wrote this book, Confronting Evil. You have to confront it with strength. You can't weasel out of it anymore. And the media is a big part of this. Just about an hour ago, the president of MSNBC, one of the most vile networks ever to be broadcast in this country, chastised a man named Matthew Dowd for saying, you know, Kirk's murder could have been his fault because of his inflammatory rhetoric.
Yeah,
the man was not even pronounced dead yet. All right? And Dowd said that on this network, MSNBC. Now, to his credit, the president and that whole network's blowing up because Americans finally have gotten the message. This is vile hate that they're peddling. And it goes on the right, too. You got kooks on the right, too. And Americans have got to walk away from that stuff.
Well, that's what takes the strength, Bill. I got to jump because I want to get Patrick Bet-David. On here. He brought me and Charlie together, and I think he's a big part of the solution about how we start talking